So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not too often a pulp novel gets published one year and is produced into a major movie the next year. But today we're going to be talking about such a movie, so unique, ladies and gentlemen, that the writer of the book was the star of the movie. So today we're going to be talking about a CHCH afternoon favorite. It's a B movie classic that's shown on the Hamilton channel quite often, shown again today, and I thought I'd do something on it. It's called The Girl Hunters. Now, The Girl Hunters is a British crime drama directed by Roy Rowland and adapted from the 1962 Mickey Spillane pulp novel of the same name. Exteriors were shot on location in New York with studio scenes in London. Now, Spillane stars as private detective Mike Hammer, one of the few occasions in film history in which an author of a popular literary hero has portrayed his own character. The film also stars Shirley Eaton, Lloyd Nolan, and columnist Hy Gardner as himself. Producer Robert Fellows intended to follow the film with Spillane's The Snake, but the second film was not produced. Now, directed by, again, Rowland, written by Mickey Spillane, Robert Fellows, and Roy Rowland, a director as well. Produced by Fellows, starring Mickey Spillane, Shirley Eaton, Lloyd Nolan, Hy Gardner, and Scott Peters. Cinematography of the great Kenneth Talbot, edited by Sidney Stone, with a great musical score by Philip Green. Production companies included Spillane Productions and Present Day Productions. Distributed by Colorama Features, Zodiac International Pictures. Release was on 12th of June, 1963 in LA, and running time 98 minutes. Budget was $400,000, but I think it made back its money in syndication and overseas markets. Very interesting poster as well. Rough, ripping, raw, Spillane, The Girl Hunters. Now, ever since his assistant Velda went missing, who doesn't appear in the movie, just as a constant memory, private detective Mike Hammer has been drinking and is now homeless. Although Hammer hasn't worked a case in 7 years, his old police friend Captain Pat Chambers asked for his assistance on the job. Chambers and Hammer were both in love with Velda, which ended their friendship. The case involves a senator who has been murdered. Hammers need to talk with Richie Cole, a dying sailor who refuses to speak with anybody else. Now, this is where the plot gets kind of freaky because obviously Mickey Spillane is no actor, but he kind of brings a version of Mike Hammer to sort of like a cinema verite. It's almost like you're watching real-life Mike Hammer. Now, according to federal agent Art Rickerby, not only has Richie been shot by the same gun recently used to kill a politician, he's actually an undercover federal agent. Now, Hammer's investigation leads to Laura Knapp, the late senator's widow. She is beautiful and seductive, but Hammer does not trust her. He learns that they are caught in a fallout from a network of spies operating during World War II. Now her killer, nicknamed the Dragon, is trying to silence people who had information about the spy operation. Hammer finds and kills the Dragon, a very, very brutal scene, by the way. He eventually confronts Laura with suspicions about her involvement. Laura fires a shotgun that Hammer had rigged to backfire in order to test her loyalty, and it's not clear if Velda is still alive, but we know that Laura is pretty well dead. Very interesting scene because, usually in film noirs, the men are dumb and the women are smart. In this case, it's the reverse. Now, again, Spillane played Mike Hammer, Shirley Eaton as Laura Knapp. Now, Shirley Eaton is a very, very interesting character actor at the time. She appeared in Goldfinger, and as this writing, she's still living. She appeared regularly in British films throughout the 50s and 60s, very comely lass. Again, her highest profile for an iconic appearance as Bond girl Jill Masterson in the James Bond film Goldfinger, which gained her bombshell status. Eaton also had roles in early Carry-On films. Now, preferring to devote herself to bringing up a family, she retired from acting in 1969. She did come out of retirement in 1999 to release her autobiography titled Golden Girl, which was a bestseller, and has released 3 more books throughout the 2000s. Now, of course, she was a singing star both on stage and on television, appearing with her own act in variety shows throughout the country. Now, appeared in very, very key films, including various Carry-On movies, and you got also 3 Men in the Boat, Doctor at Large, Date with Disaster, The Naked Truth, Carry-On Sergeant, Carry-On Nurse, Carry-On Constable, The Girl Hunters, Goldfinger, which came out 1 year after Girl Hunters, The Naked Brigade, 10 Little Indians, Around the World Under the Sea, 8 on the Lam, The Scorpio Letters, very, very underrated movie. And her last appearance was in the show Ever Dream. Now, she was on numerous TV shows through the year and had 3 guest appearances on the early version of The Saint and the late 60s version. Now, she is considered kind of the lost diva of British cinema. Now, ironically, ladies and gentlemen, Spillane has talked about the movie throughout the years. He recalled in one interview meeting crime figure Billy Hill in London and invited him to the film set. According to Spillane, Hill provided firearms that were used in the film. Spillane also noted that the producers surrounded him with actors who were shorter than he was. I don't know exactly why, because, the Mike Hammer character, it was never considered an overbearing person. Sort of like, not say like Columbo, but sort of like, asking questions and, kind of dealing with it as he goes along. Now, talking about Mickey Spillane, and like I said, I don't know if any other author would appear in his own movie with a year later. Now, he was also like a big comic book writer, and he basically different stories, including major characters called Captain Marvel, Superman, Batman, Captain America. He worked for Funnies Incorporated for quite some time. Now, of course, Mickey was his nickname because he was born Frank Spillane, middle name Morrison. Now, when he died in 1988, he basically was the last link to the old film noir. Very handsome guy, too, as well. Like I said, you could tell why. Maybe he used his own character for his own benefit. Now, according to published reports at press time, his stories, again, featuring Mike Hammer, have sold 225 million copies internationally. So other than the James Bond series, it was probably the biggest pulp of the era. So if you have a chance, again, it's a public domain movie. You could probably see The Girl Hunters on whatever streaming service you are. But it's interesting. I think it's a high definition that shows up on CHCH. And they're counter-programming on CHCH now on Sundays again. They can't compete with college football, so they're trying to get their certain audience to come in and watch. So if you don't want to watch the 14 or myriad college ball games on CW or the major networks, you're probably going to see this movie again. Like it appears on CHCH, it's almost like their go-to movie. And the ratings for the movie are always strong, because you're watching it and you're saying to yourself, that guy's not a very good actor, and then you say to yourself, well, he wrote the book. Maybe he's a really good actor. Maybe that's the best interpretation. And a lot of people have played Mickey Spillane, Mike Hammer characters through the years, and you can look them up. So that's the story of The Girl Hunters, probably one of the most underrated kind of late noir, like 60s noir out there. If you like what we're doing here with our film noir tributes, let me know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.